Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now Global Series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're live or if you are watching on the replay, and if you are watching on the replay, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can take advantage of all the current shows, all the shows coming up, all the shows from the past. There's so much there for you to go back and watch again and receive the wisdom. So it is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring forward to you these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their healings, their processes, their clearings, etc., so that we can all thrive, so that we can all awaken to happiness now. We are deserving of that. And so today, my dear friend Mijke Ketting is back with us, and we're going to be talking about respiratory and immune system rescue. Perfect timing as we are just about to get into the colder weather. And so some of what we're going to talk about today is we're going to learn why it is important to have a strong respiratory and immune system, understand the important connection between the respiratory and immune system and the effect on our health. We're going to talk about some warning signs that can indicate a weak immune system, find out if you have an overactive, underactive immune system, find out why our immune system is so important when the seasons change. And like I said, the seasons are changing. And we're going to learn why your respiratory system can block you from having better health. And Mijke will also be doing a few mini scans, readings, and we'll be doing a cosmic quantum respiratory and immune system rescue process later on the call. So, of course, if you would like to work with Mijke, if you have questions for Mijke, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. And for those of you who may not know Mijke, she's been with us many times. We love having her here. It's always an amazing call. Mijke is a multidimensional energy healer, a channel, and a medium. As a certified medical intuitive, Akashic Records reader, and emotion code practitioner, and professional aura reader, she has a unique and customized approach to help her clients. And Mijke channels customized energies and messages to help her clients heal from physical issues, break through their blockages, and get clarity on their purpose in life. So Mijke supports her clients with transmuting trauma, fear, and pain into lightness, change, joy, and happiness. So we'll talk a little bit more about what Mijke does and how she does it as we continue this conversation. So please join me in welcoming Mijke back to the show. Mijke, welcome.
Thank you. It's always so nice to be here, and I see already some familiar names and some new faces and new names. And for those that are able to maybe switch your camera on, I always like that because it's so much nicer to see each other instead of only looking at the black boxes. And I see Heather and Pat already are so courageous to put their video on. And so everyone or anyone who would like to follow that, be welcome. And thank you for having me. It's always great to be here.
I'm so glad you're back. And of course, at this time, we're just about to go into the seasons are just starting to change in the Northern Hemisphere and probably in the Southern Hemisphere too, right? And I know that, around this time, people start to get sick, like with the flu or the cold or whatever, because of the changing of the seasons, etc. So it's a perfect time to have this conversation and to receive the support from you. So thank you for being here.
Yes, and that was the reason that I thought let's do a combination as well, because I have worked on the immune system before and did packages around that, and people always love that because it's very practical and very, it's something we all need, as there are so many people struggling with colds and the flu and even COVID. I mean, I don't know how it is in Canada, but I have so many friends and clients that are diagnosed with COVID again. And, I think after all these years that for me, it's just another flu virus and with some peculiar characteristics. But it really still takes a toll on the immune system. And people are struggling with a persistent cough. And so I thought, well, it's just the beginning of October, and let's see how we can boost up the immune system and the respiratory system, as the respiratory system is so important for the immune system. So that's the reason that I choose the topic. And maybe even for many of my clients, they live on the other side of the world in Australia, New Zealand. But even there, the seasons are changing, you know. So they're coming out of winter, and then usually the immune system is weak, and they're coming into spring, and then you always have this, you know, this flare up of viruses and things like that.
Absolutely. And you were talking about the impact of the respiratory system and the immune system, and the interaction that they play together. And I just wanted to really quickly talk about this a little bit because, like my dad, he has COPD, so he has issues with his respiratory system. But sometimes when they give him new medication, the side effect is that it lowers his immune system. And so he's susceptible to catching colds and flus and pneumonia and blah blah blah, all that other stuff, right? So it's interesting, the interaction between the two.
Yes, it is, and you know, I love it that you bring up your dad, and I always set up a special container for these calls to include everyone. And sometimes I have clients that send me emails and they said, well, you know, I can't be there live, but can you please include me? So let's bring your dad into the container as well, you know, so that every all the healing that we're going to do, that it will benefit him as well. And yes, you're so right. I mean, there are so many people that suffer from side effects from medication that lowers their immune system. So especially for these people, it's very important to have a healthy immune system. And you know, if the respiratory system is already under attack and it's already weak, I mean, the respiratory system is all about bringing oxygen into our blood, into our body, you know, and the oxygen is what we live on. So
Yeah.
so you know, if that function is not functioning well, we really have a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's so important for both, our immune system to be functioning really well and our respiratory system to be functioning really well, right?
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're kind of partners. So the respiratory system is really assisting the immune system, and I mean, both, especially the immune system is also, you know, all about maintaining a good balance for the body, like that the internal environment is healthy, and the respiratory system also assists with removing the waste, you know, the CO2, the carbon dioxide, and that's so important for our body. And, you know, also our cell function needs oxygen. So if you have oxygenated blood, then the cells are well equipped to travel through the body, to do everything that is needed for the body, and to allow the oxygen to flow through.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, 1 second. And so where am I? Hold on. So I want to talk about how can we, and this is part of what we're going to talk about today, is how can we strengthen both our respiratory system as well as our immune system?
Yeah, you know, we can do, of course, we can do all the normal things that you know, most people, and especially when we are not teenagers anymore or students and we drink a lot of beer or eat unhealthy. But you know, most people that have issues with the respiratory and immune system, they know the things that you can do, like, you know, eat healthy, exercise, take good care of your system. But what a lot of people, well, maybe they know it, but they're not fully aware of it. That I always look at from the energy side of things. You know, I look at the energetic picture. So I always say, you know, what happens in the energy system manifests in the physical body. So if you really want to work on the underlying issue of your physical, well, of all the physical things that can go on, it's then you have to look at the energetics behind it. And so that's why I always try to see what the root cause is and where it goes wrong in the energy system. And you know, we have such a complex energy system, and I'm so happy that most people have heard of the chakras, the meridians. A couple of years ago, if you would express the word chakra, people would get allergic reactions, so especially men, when I'm talking with my male friends about my work, I always take the example of a car, because if I use the word chakra, they all go like, oh, this is too high level for me. So I always say, well, what happens if you never bring your car to a garage and you never let it have it serviced? And then they understand what happens to your energy system if you don't work on the blockages and the congestion in the human energy system.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like there are so many parts to our physical, energetic, emotional bodies um, that need care and that need tune-ups, I guess you could say, even, right? So if we're talking about the car analogy, right? A car needs a tune-up
Yeah,
every season, right? So
yeah,
every at least twice a year. So even our chakra system, our body, physical body, our emotional body, our energetic body needs a tune-up from time to time so that we can continue to function in a good way, be strong, and function properly.
yeah, you're totally right, and it's what I always, from my perspective, find very interesting is that once you start working on the energy system, most people immediately recognize what is wrong. And when you help them with figuring out what the problems are, they always know it, but it's you bring it out of the subconscious, and but they always have known it and they always know it, and so that's why I love doing the energy work, because you really can get good results with all the physical issues that are going on, and I think especially for the respiratory and the immune system, I mean, these are such important systems for our bodies. And if things go wrong with the immune system and people with autoimmune diseases, I mean, it really has an impact on their lives, and also what you shared about your father. I mean, if you can't breathe properly and you have short, how do you say that? Short, when you are short of breath?
Yeah,
How
shortness of breath.
Yeah, shortness of breath. I mean, it really has an impact on your life, and people suffer from that on a daily basis.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, we're talking about the chakra system and the energy body. So, with regards to the respiratory system and the immune system, I mean, obviously the respiratory system is the lungs, right? So the heart chakra area, right? So in the energy body, it'd be the heart chakra and the chakra system. But for the immune system, where would that be in the energy body?
Yeah, for the immune system, the immune system is not like, it consists of several parts.
Yeah.
So the whole lymphatic system is part of the immune system. As an organ, the spleen is part of the immune system. The bone marrow is part of the immune system. The lymph nodes are part of the immune system. So, but also, in the whole the head area, the tonsils, and that's very interesting as well, because a lot of people, and especially our generations, they don't have their tonsils anymore, but energetically they're still there. So the tonsils are part of the immune system. The thymus is part of the immune system, and the thymus is also a very interesting gland, because it's most active during our teenage years, but later on it kind of falls asleep and shrinks a little bit, and it's not that active anymore, but it's still part, and it's still playing a part of the immune system. And then we have the skin. I mean, the skin is an organ, like the biggest organ we have, and it's the ultimate barrier we have. So if I would tune into the chakras, and I always go for the solar plexus, because it's the central one, and from the solar plexus I would check if the sacral chakra is involved, or especially with with tonsils and adenoids and the lymph nodes in this area, I would check the throat chakra as well.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of different places, a lot of different chakras involved in the energy body as well.
Yes, yes, and you know that's so interesting because most people know the important parts of the respiratory system, you know, like the nose, the mouth, the throat, the trachea, the bronchi, and that's all about the air that we take in. If you look at the traditional Chinese medicine, like the qi, the life force energy, it's also brought in by our breathing. So.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, you know, that's very, people know that, you know, they know the most, and then the lungs, you know, the most important parts of the respiratory system, most people know, but not everyone knows all of the parts of the immune system because it's so complicated. And I mean, the
Yeah.
whole lymphatic system, if you look up a picture of the whole lymphatic system, it's amazing because it goes through the whole body with all the lymphatic vessels, the lymph nodes everywhere. So, you know, it's really, that's why it's so important, because if something is off in the immune system, like, you know, it's just when you, I always compare those kind of things with when you have a stack of books and the book at the bottom is like, you know, not straight, then the whole stack tumbles. And
Yeah.
that's the same with such a complicated system. If one of the parts is affected, it will have influence on the whole system as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So like the when the tonsils are taken out, energetically they're still there in the energy body. So that's the same thing with the lymph nodes. If lymph nodes are taken out, they're still there in the energy body, but not functioning, I guess, as much, right? Because the
Yeah,
physical aspect is gone.
yeah, you missed the physical aspect, but
Hmm.
you know, there are healers that are convinced that if you would focus enough on the energetic organ, that you can regrow the physical organ.
Right.
So I think there are even examples. I mean, you know, the some of the organs are regenerative, so the liver can regrow itself. And so, well, I always think there's a connection with these kind of things with like your consciousness level. And the higher your consciousness level is, I think, you know, the more you can interact with these kind of things, that you can really regrow things in the body. But that takes a lot of focus and dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but if you clear the energetic organ or the energetic body part, it can really help with physical pain or physical issues. The same with the appendix. I mean, they used to think that it was like a worthless piece of the digestive system, but it has a function, you know. So now they are much less driven by taking it out immediately when you have pain in that area. But like, you know, I had mine taken out when I was 12, and it was like a split second decision for my parents. Oh, sure, take it out, you know. The thing doesn't do anything, so just take it out. But it has a function, and you can restore it energetically, and then also because if you restore it energetically, you kind of restore the whole energetic system, and that
Right.
manifests in the physical as well.
Cool. Yeah. And so, the idea of regrowing limbs and organs, it is possible, but like you said, it requires a lot of focus, high vibration, high consciousness frequencies to do that, and time. It takes time as
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yeah, and you know,
absolutely.
and what I discover after working with my clients for a couple of years now is that things are so layered. So you think you have a problem, you start working on the problem, and then you think, oh, I got to the root cause, so now I fixed my problem. But then, like, the problem is away for a while, and then it comes back. So another layer pops up, and then you didn't got the real root cause, but there was something else at a deeper level or at an unconscious level that also attributed to the problem. So things are sometimes so layered and so complicated that if you really want to know, for example, you want to regrow an organ, you really have to do a lot of work to really figure out what the root cause is, and from then things will start to happen very quickly if you take out the real root cause and work at that level. And then sometimes you have to go to the level of the soul or the oversoul, you know. So it's more complicated than we speak about. Yeah.
For sure. So, when we talk about the root cause of an issue or a problem, when it comes to a weakened immune system, for example, what can be some of the root causes, or what can be some of the symptoms that people are experiencing?
Yeah, well, what I see with the people that I work with is a lot of people have kind of colds that never really go away, or that start to flame up very frequently, or that go on longer for than would be normal for a cold. Also, people with a high stress level, the stress weakens the immune system. So it's kind of like, a cat biting its tail. If you have a lot of stress going on, then it weakens your immune system. But a weak immune system also causes a lot of stress. And the more common things like that, for example, wounds don't heal that quickly, that people have frequent infections, or even people, I always also ask about their digestive system, because a lot of people complain about problems in the abdominal area, the tummy and the intestines. And that can be a link to a weakened immune system as well. And of course, people feel tired or fatigued all the time and don't sleep well. And even people that feel depressed or very anxious, I always check the immune system as well. And it's the interesting thing is that with the immune system, it's kind of the same as with the chakras. You can have like an overactive immune system, like you can have an overactive chakra, or you can have like an underactive immune system and an underactive chakra. So that's always also good to have a look at. Is the immune system making over hours, or is it kind of like underactive? And do you have to look at that area? And most allergic diseases, and even asthma and hives and dermatitis and eczema, it can be an overly active immune system, and also the autoimmune diseases. So that's always good to look at those.
So there's no simple one simple answer. It can be complicated, and of course, it also be related to past life issues or past life
Oh
contracts or
yeah.
vows.
Yeah, because then you're talking about the more like spiritual and emotional issues, and past lives. Those are one. That's a. It's like, I always see it like, where do you get in when you are talking to someone? Someone explains what is going on with them, and then it's like, what is the access point, and where are you going to look at as a healer? And past life energy, that's amazing, because that really brings you to the root cause of things. And especially when you see that people have like low self-esteem, or a lack of self-discipline, or kind of lack of order, or if they feel that they are not being supported by others, that can also be an indication to have a look at past lives. And I love working with clearing past lives, because just today I worked with a client, and it was very interesting. She said, well, it feels a little bit strange to tell this, but I have two cats, and one of my cats, she always goes to the basement and then she starts to yell and she won't stop. So, can you please help me to figure out what is going on? And then I figured out that she had I call it a dark past life. So, that's a past life that we are working more on service to self instead of service to others. And that past life was still open. So, it's kind of interfered with her life, with her present life. And then we figured out that she had a contract with the land that she built her house on, and she already lived there for over 20 years, you know. So I looked into the cat, and the cat was like having a lot of discarnates in its energy field. And the discarnates were attracted by an open portal, and the portal was located in the basement. So, you know, it's so interesting
Wow.
what is related to past lives and how you can help people. And some people find it kind of scary, you know, but I always think, you know, it's just energy. It's energy from the past and you can clear it. And there are great processes and protocols to help you to clear it in a safe way and to do it safe and properly and thoroughly, you know. But it was amazing that she said, well, you know, there's something going on, and I notice it because my cat is reacting in such a strange way.
Yeah. Wow. So that cat was trying to show her or that something was happening in the basement. And
Yes,
wow,
yes,
interesting.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good to
and
know.
then we even went into, you know, the second the session that she had as a follow-up session. She said, well, you know, it's way better with the cat, but she still goes to the basement and sometimes yells. And then we figured out that there, like the ley lines in her land were kind of inactive, and there was a dragon under her property in a cage. And
Oh,
we freed up the dragon and restored the ley lines. And I said, well, you know, you have to let me know how the cat will be doing because the cat was showing us where to look, you know. And
yeah.
that's the amazing thing how the universe works. You always get the right ingredients to work with. And I noticed that in all of my sessions that people book a session and for example, it is the immune system. And then I ask them, well, you know, what's really on your mind? And then maybe you go to the liver instead of the immune system because the root cause is in the liver and that triggers the immune system, you know? So that's the amazing thing about energy work that you have to find like the entry point, the access point, and then from there on, you really start to work and see what the root cause is.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. I mean, it just opens up like so much, and it's like I wonder what else really could be possible than what we think sometimes with our mind, right? It's like it could be something totally different.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah, you know, and usually it is something completely different. And I think, you know, yeah, Linda says cats are so psychic. And I mean, I also have two. I have one and I'm not sure if he is psychic, but because he's like a Garfield lookalike, you know, he's like fluffy and orange, but also, as my daughter always says, he's not very intelligent. No, he isn't, but he's very sweet. But I have another one, and she has more the turquoise coloring of the fur. And she's not really sweet. She's kind of like, you know, she really has a presence and an attitude. But she's very intelligent and very psychic. So when I'm doing my sessions, sometimes she comes in and then I know she brings something in. So I always tune in and see what it is. And sometimes she wants to go out and then she takes something with her. And it's so
mhm.
interesting because when I drive home and I'm close to my apartment building, then she recognizes my car. Then I open my door, she jumps in the car, she goes sit on the passenger chair, and then she drives with me to the garage. She gets out, she walks through the whole building, she knows her way, she knows all the doors. So, you know, it's so interesting what they are able to do and what they are capable of.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, you know, so I
interesting. And they
love
have their own
it.
personality.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and
Yeah.
especially if they also bring things in for you, or they sometimes our pets really protect us, and they really protect the property, the house, the owners from negative energies, and that's amazing. I mean, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Our pets are such teachers, and they're such partners in our healing and in our expanding of our consciousness, right?
Oh, yes, yes. And you know, most of us have a lineage with the felines as well in a past life, you know, so we all can tune into that. So that's amazing. And I once heard
Yeah.
that when you're sick or when you're ill and you lay down on the couch or in your bed and the cat comes to you, it automatically lays on the area where your body is off. So if
Mhm.
it, for example, it will lay on your legs, then something is going on over there. If it lays on your belly, then something is going on over there. And then they will heal with the purring because that's a
Mhm.
frequency. And they will attune the frequency to the frequency that you need at that moment. So, well, we are totally going off topic, but I always like that. But but that's amazing, and that's how healing works. You know, it's working with frequencies, and it's working
Yeah.
with light. Which is a frequency, and you can work with different frequencies, and that's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they're wonderful. So I thought we would take some questions and see what type of questions people have.
Yes, would love to.
Okay, so if you haven't yet, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. Heather, you want to unmute?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, cool. Well, I've had allergies my whole life, and I've had immune issues and mold issues and just about everything. And it goes back in my lineage. You know, my dad had very severe allergies and blah blah blah. Anyway, so I've been I've been on the road to healing myself and have gotten some progress, but my runny nose is kind of, you know, sort of always around. And it's not, if I eat properly, it's very minimal, but it's still a respiratory issue that's a pain in the butt. And with, you know, being a mature age and with COVID buzzing around always, it's a big concern of mine.
Yeah, I can imagine that, Heather, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for your openness, and thank you for having your video on, because I always like it much better. I can see you and I can see you smile and react. So it's interesting that you say it is in the lineage, because it is ancestral, and it is in the ancestral line. So let me ask for you. Yeah, it goes up into the male ancestral line. And it goes up it goes higher up than your father.
Yeah.
It goes even higher up than your grandfather.
Good grief. Okay.
So, yeah. So we have to look from your grandfather up. And where exactly do you live, Heather?
Well, I live in Fort Collins, Colorado now, but I grew up in the Chicago area of Illinois.
Ah, okay, yeah. So it is past life related, and it is also related for like your great grandfather. It was related to the land as well. So there is a contract with the land, and as he's of course he's not here with us anymore, I'm going to ask if I can clear the karma, because for karma clearing you always have to have permission. So I'm asking, and I can clear his karma and clear the contract of the land, the contract with the land that he has. And I'll clear it with my pendulum, because then I can keep talking. The interesting thing when we have contracts with the land, it usually is that we kind of abuse the land in a previous lifetime. Or we did some things like we were shamans or witches or, you know, sorcerers, and we misused our power. And especially in those times, people worked with herbs and flowers and plants, and especially the plant medicine. If you don't use that for the light and you kind of abuse its power, you can have a contract with the land and it comes back at you. So let's clear that for him. So when I tune into, I see him as a shaman.
Wow, okay.
And actually it's kind of, you know, he was a very well-respected shaman, and maybe even with the indigenous people in the United States in these times. And and these are kind of like these are the images that I see. So he was a shaman, and he got murdered,
Oh my gosh, okay.
and then his wife kind of put a spell on the people that murdered him, and she cursed the land. So let's clear that out as well. And Heather, feel into your heart. Feel into your heart and connect with your ancestors. And bring in compassion to the whole ancestral line. Have the compassion for people living in these times, under these circumstances. And let's escort the soul of your great-grandfather. Let's escort the soul to the light, because it's kind of trapped in between. So we're going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to escort the soul and to bring it to the light, to let it cross over in peace, and to clear all of the related energies of the violence, the abuse, the misuse of power. Clear that all out. I'm going to check if he crossed over properly, and then we're going to ask him to bring in and to send in light through the whole ancestral line. So see what will happen on your right side when we flush the whole male ancestral line with pure divine love and light. And we flush everything out for you. And tell me what you feel.
Warm on the right side.
Yeah, good, good. Yeah. So what you can do is work with compassion and visualize your male ancestors like lining up, like above you or in front of you, or just how you see it, and send unconditional love to them to kind of bring more peace into that family system. Yeah, it feels more peaceful right now. How does it feel for you, Heather?
Yeah, it feels better.
And take a few deep breaths. And really let the right side of you breathe in like more deeply than you're used to be. So really see if you can breathe in at the same pace, like with both sides of the body. How does that feel?
Expanding.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there are more related issues, especially to the allergies, but we don't have the time to do that all today. But yeah, keep working for yourself with the breathing, and that you really pay attention, that you breathe with both lungs like equally, and bring the life force energy into your body. And
Awesome.
if you want to do some more work, you know where to find me.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Heather. Good. All right, we're going to go to Rachel. Rachel, you want to unmute yourself?
Wow, thank you.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey, Rachel, good to see you.
good to see you. And my immune system, as you know, has been through the ringer. And so I wondered what might jump out to you from that. And I do have, I think, some chronic allergies. So whatever part of my body is clamoring for your attention, I'm sure it would be very grateful.
Yeah, so let's see what I can do for you. I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've seen it differently, so I love to see how it looks like now.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the immune system, um, I'm not going to look at all the medication energy because you already know how to work with that, and you already have done so much work on that. But let's go for you at oversoul level. So we have the level of the soul, but we also have the level of the oversoul. And I always explain that as very simple because it's very complicated. Like the level of the oversoul, it is about more aspects of you. So it's not only you in this lifetime, but it's more aspects of you, like reacting simultaneously.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a level of you at the oversoul level that is kind of wreaking havoc. Is that the right expression in English?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of going against the flow. It's very stubborn. It's very angry. It's a lot about anger.
Huh.
And it's about, it really wants attention. So it's not, we also can have dark aspects, but it's not about dark energy, this one. It really wants to be seen, it wants to be heard, and it screams for attention. And literally everything behind it, it's screaming for love. So
Wow.
go to your heart space and really focus on your heart. Ground yourself. It's always important to ground yourself when you work at the level of the oversoul. And let go of the resistance to bring in more love for yourself and for every aspect of you. So you can do this simultaneously at the level of the soul and the level of the oversoul. So really allow yourself to get in reception mode for bringing in more love, especially self-love. I still feel some resistance, so just take your time. And your resistance is around the heart. It's very tight around the heart. So maybe put your hands on your heart area. And we're going to do a little chat with that aspect of you at oversoul level. So visualize that aspect of you standing in front of you. And see it as a little mini me of you. And then ask it how it is doing.
It feels like a 3-year-old.
Good. Okay, so ask it how it feels.
It doesn't understand why it's not the same as the grown-ups.
Good. Okay. So really look at that aspect of you and see it. See it for the beauty, the talents, the spirit, and the love it is. And then ask it again how it feels. How it feels now you look at it. Now you see it.
It's like it's morphing into a teenager.
Good. Okay, so ask the teenager if it is willing to share with you what it needs.
It says I should know.
What does it say?
That I should know.
Okay, so do you know?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, so what's the mystery? Ask the teenager how it feels.
It's morphing again. It's much harder to see.
Okay. Ask the teenager if it would like to receive more recognition and more love and more equality.
Equality, yes.
Good. So bring that in. See it as an equal, bring in equality, and do it with love. Unconditional love with no judgment. And then tell me what you experience.
Like it's not there anymore.
Okay.
But an energetic component of it is trying to find a place in me.
Yes. Well, that's amazing. Well done. So integrate that soul aspect of you. Just bring it into your heart. Welcome it in. Bring it in with love and integrate it with your heart.
Wow, that was a big color change. Did you see that light?
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah. So how do you feel?
My vision is different. As I open my eyes, the colors around me have changed, or my perception of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel a little bit sturdier, which is very cool.
Good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, then let me balance your system because this is such a soul aspect integration is a very like deep healing. So let me balance your system for you.
Thank you.
I don't want to leave you hanging. So what I'm doing for you, I'm bringing in the Aurora consciousness field. And everyone can tune into this because I always love to include everyone in the healing. So just close your eyes if you want to. And let's work from the heart and set a very broad intention. So you can also bring in loved ones or family members or friends that need it. You'll bring them into the container and include them in the healing. So just go inwards with your attention. Focus on your heart area. And maybe place a hand on your heart, or one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly. And also ground yourself. As we work with these very high frequencies, it's very important to ground yourself. So feel your feet firmly on the floor and send your energy down to anchor into the energy of the earth. To provide yourself with stability, with a foundation, with grounding. And then open up your crown chakras. And I'm going to bring in the aurora frequencies. And this is a consciousness field, a unified consciousness field. And it has all the colors of the rainbow. And in the rainbow you see it like stripes, but in this consciousness field they are blended. So they're kind of more diffuse and they're like blended together. It's a very soft but very powerful, high frequency healing energy. So we're going to bring that into the crown chakra. And I'm setting the intention that the frequency is for everyone the highest frequency that they can receive today. So it will be different for everyone. And then from the crown chakra, let it flow into the third eye chakra. Filling up the third eye chakra and connecting you with your intuitive powers. Enabling you to have the visions, to see what is best for you. To bring that in. And allow yourself to really receive this energy, because it's going to bring in what is the ultimate best for you, the very best for you. So allow yourself to receive it. And bring in as much energy as you need, because the energy flow is infinite. There's an infinite supply, so there's always enough. And once you see the third eye chakra overflow with this wonderful aurora frequency and these beautiful pastel colors of light pink, light yellow, violet, pale blue, light green, etc., let it flow through the throat chakra. So fill up the throat chakra and also take in as much as you need for self-expression, for communication. So it will bring forth the best ability for you to express your wishes, to express your true self, to communicate when things are maybe a little bit difficult, to do that more smoothly. And then when the throat chakra is overflowing as well, let the energy drop into the heart chakra, to the thymus gland. And we're going to activate the thymus gland to power boost the immune system with this energy. Also fill up your physical heart. And then you can include everything that you wish from your heart. So if you wish healing for the planet, or healing for a family member, or just all the healing just for yourself, just set your own intention and bring in and take in as much of these beautiful aurora frequencies as you need at this moment. There's always enough. Let's also add unconditional love and self-love. Sometimes we find it very difficult to give that to ourselves, so we'll just add it to the energy field, to the frequencies, all the wonderful aspects and frequencies of love. And fill up your whole heart center with it. Thymus gland, physical heart, the heart chakra, and especially the heart chakra. Fill it up with as much energy as you need. And let it overflow. Let it overflow and let the energy flow through the whole immune system, all the components and all elements of the immune system, from the heart to the spleen, from the spleen to the lymphatic system, the lymphatic vessels and the lymph nodes, also including the bone marrow, the thymus.
Could you hear the bone marrow cheering?
The tonsils, the adenoids. And for everyone who is also suffering from issues with the respiratory system, let's also include all the mucous membranes, the nose, throat, oral area. Just take in as much as you need. And also include the skin, to let that energy flow through the whole skin, to all of the blood vessels, to all of the cells. Let's include the lungs as well, and from the lungs spread it through the whole respiratory system. Clearing everything out that doesn't serve you anymore, clearing out all blockages, all negative and dark energy. Just let it go. And then from the heart chakra, drop those beautiful aurora frequencies, added with all aspects and frequencies of love. Drop that into the solar plexus, third chakra, and fill that one up. And also take in as much as you need. There's always enough, especially now, with all the energies that are going on the planet. Just take in everything you need to stay self-empowered, to stay connected to your inner power, your true self, to be your own individual, authentic self. Take in everything that you need. And once the solar plexus, the third chakra, starts to overflow, let the energy drop down into the sacral chakra, the second chakra, close to the belly button, and fill that one up. And bring in all the safety you need, creativity. Take in as much as you need. Let go of all anxiety, fear, anger. And then send the energy all the way down to the root chakra, to fill up the root chakra, and to clear out everything that prevents you from having a stable basis, good foundation, to stand on your 2 feet, to be independent from others, to walk your path. Bring in everything you need for that. And then ground it in. So send it deep down to the core of the earth. Anchor your energy to the earth. I'm going to connect you to the cosmic energies as well. So as above, so below. So you're fully anchored to the cosmos and fully anchored to the earth. And then feel how stable that is. And then expand that Bring it in into your whole auric field. This stability, this feeling of balance and foundation with everything that is good for you. And really take that in again for a few seconds. Maybe use your hands to put your hands on places of your body, in your body, where you need some more of this wonderful energy. And then for everyone, I'm going to download and bring down the diamond golden grid for safety, security, protection and reflection. Grounding that in and balancing it out. And so it is. Namaste. And then slowly come back to the present moment and move around a little bit. Open your eyes if you had them closed, and welcome back. Well,
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It wasn't exactly the moment that we discussed earlier, but it felt just to do it now, and it came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It came out a little bit different, and I had prepared, but that's always amazing when you work in the field.
It's always the perfect way and the perfect time. So it's all good. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, and especially Rachel, are you doing okay? Okay, good.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel. Wow, drink some water, everyone.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, definitely want to drink some water. So we're gonna take a minute. So we are at the top of the hour. I don't know how we got here, but we're at the top of the hour. So I want to take a moment and talk about the special offer, if that's okay. I'm gonna hold on. Let me find my screen. I'm gonna share my screen.
Sure.
Oops. Oopsie daisy. Hold on 1 second. All right, you should be able to see my screen now.
Yes, seeing it.
So Mijke has one package, and there's a payment plan available. And of course, if you are an Inner Circle member, please do use your gift code. And this is the Respiratory and Immune System Rescue. Burst your first line of defense for a healthy body and brain. So tell us a little bit about this package, Mijke.
Yeah, well, we told a lot about the importance of the respiratory and the immune system. And I thought, let's put a package together that really would work on both of them and to help you to get into the next season, as we are at this point of changing seasons. And also, especially for people in the United States, with everything that is going on with their elections and things like that, because we feel that over the whole planet. And, it's for all the symptoms that we discussed earlier, people feeling tired, people feeling that their immune system is off, people having respiratory issues, too much stress going on, or even if you're in a period of change or transition. I mean, the immune system is affected by all of that. And what I did for you is I put together a package, and all of my packages usually have the same structure. I always would like to do some work before I go on Zoom with the client. And the reason that I do that is that if I clear by myself without someone present, I can clear much faster. So what I always do as a preparation with the packages is that I'm going into the field, I tune into their energy system, and then I see what I can already clear. So everyone, even me, we all have trapped emotions, but some of them are located at the very deep level, very early in your life, and they really became stuck. So I'm going to see what I can clear for you as well. I will scan the field to see if there's interference or negative programming going on. And especially at the subconscious level, because that's the level that we usually are not aware of. So I access the field, I go into the subconscious, and I clear whatever I can clear. And then I do that in my own time, so that can be after booking, but it can also be the day, like earlier in the day when the session is later on the day. And then just before the session, I'm going to scan their field again to see how I can prepare them for the session, to see if there's anything else that I can clear, like discordant energies, or some people have like extra souls in their field, and if I find these, I always discuss that in the session, because sometimes there's a very important message to that. It can be ancestors, it can be parents that are deceased and that they want to talk. And then I do a 30-minute live session on Zoom, and we just tune in to what's best for you. So the intention is always to work with the subject of the package, but sometimes something else, totally different comes up. And then I discuss it with the client. Well, what is it what you would like to do? Would you like to work on this one? Or would you like me to go through the immune system? Because I can do both. And you saw with Heather what can go on in past lives. You saw with Rachel what can on at very high level, like the oversoul. And then it helps the immune system, but it helps at another level. And some people just want a clearing of the whole immune system, which is also perfectly fine, and then probably the thing that is most needed in that moment. People also, I always encourage people to also do work themselves in their own time. So that's why I created some light language MP3s. I made like a spoken one, and I created a silent one. And what you can do with the spoken one, you can just listen to it, you can meditate on it, you can use it to fall asleep. The intention is to heal the respiratory and the immune system, so that will work anyway. And what a lot of people do with the silent version is that they play it on their mobile devices, like telephones or iPads or whatever it is. And they set it on loop. So they go shopping and they set the MP3 on loop to help them support. Or even when you go into the crowds, you know, I never like to go to shopping malls or in the train when it really is the flu system. And then I put the silent version of the light language on to protect myself and to help my immune system and to help the respiratory system to fight off the viruses that are all around us. And for this package, I also included 30 days of remote healing, because we're working on both of the systems. And as you heard before, that the immune system is a very complex system with a lot of components. So that's why I included the 30 days of remote healing. I always love that, because I tune in daily. And I just set up a container, I set up the energy, I let it run. So everyone in whatever time zone you are, you can just tune in and benefit from it. So you can either sit in meditation and tune in. You also can set the intention that it will work on you during the day or during your sleep time. And I always love it, because it's a wonderful support for the healing that is going on multiple levels.
Beautiful. So a full package with lots of different aspects to it. So personal session, clearing and healing before the session, MP3s to support you after the session, of course, and then 30 days of remote healing. Awesome. So this package, again, is available from Mijke. There's a payment plan available. And of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, you can use your gift code. And there's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from people who have worked with Mijke. So please check that out as well on the page. And if you want to read more about Mijke, you can read her bio as well. That's here to give you more information about Mijke. So thank you so much, Mijke.
You're welcome.
Let me see. Okay. So so we did our wonderful process, thank goodness, and I think I'm settling in. It took a few minutes for that. But thank you. So do you have time to take one or two more quick questions,
Yeah,
or
sure.
since we already
Sure.
did our process, it's like, okay, we already did our process, but maybe we have a few minutes to take one or two more quick questions. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I always love to help people, so let's do that.
Okay, so I'm going to let you choose from the people that have their hands raised who you can tune into would need it the most at this point.
Um, well, it's interesting. Um, I would like to go to Jill, but she doesn't have her hand raised. So let's see why she comes up. Yeah, let's go to April, but let's include Jill as well,
Okay.
because sometimes
Hey,
it goes together. So
Thank
April,
so
you.
April, you want to unmute? Oh, you're unmuted. Awesome.
I did. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry about the camera. I'm just very camera shy. Um,
That's okay.
I I have a bunch of chronic health problems, and one of it is mold, like the other caller. And it just seems like I am sorry. I'm my heart's racing really fast. Um, but it just seems like one thing stacks on the other. Like I feel like I'm handling so much and then something else stacks on top of it. I've been trying to get out of this moldy place for 4 years and I just am so debilitated and I don't have any help. So if we could help with that as well, opening me up to help and receive the help that I need, I would really love that. Thank you.
yeah. So let's tune into that. And Jill, I see you put on your camera, so thank you for doing that. Jill, is support also an issue for you? You can also type it in the chat if you need to. So for April, I'm tuning into the support. Ah, okay, so COVID. Okay, so let's work at a level where support is blocked for April. Going to
And I
tune.
think anybody else who requires support or where support
Yeah,
may be blocked,
yeah,
right?
great. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So just type a yes in the chat if you would like to be included. So I'm going to access the 5th level, asking all of our guides to come in as well. I'm going to connect with the spiritual surgeons and to work simultaneously on the physical level, emotional level, and spiritual level to clear all blockages to support, to clear all blockages to receiving. Receiving is a big issue for many in this group as well, and especially to receive healing. And this is why Jill comes in. So Jill, open yourself up to really receive this healing for you and to fight off all the interference in your field, the viruses that can enter because the interference in your field. And back to April. April, let go of all the protection you put up around your heart. And see if you can connect to self-love. I'm helping you clear the protection mechanisms, opening up your heart chakra a little bit more. And allow yourself to receive this healing. Just clearing out all negative energy, all heavy dark energy. clearing out the energy that doesn't serve you anymore. Also self-limitation, self-sabotage, clearing that out. And also the mucus, kind of the mucus that is related to the mold, clearing that out of all of your cells, the cell membranes, the cell memory. For Jill, clearing out the COVID virus from the cells, the cell memory, the cell membranes, the blood cells, the red blood cells, the white blood cells. And with the mold, it's also about like, you know, having difficulty to really see yourself for who you are. So opening up your eyes to really see yourself for the wonderful, beautiful being that you all are. Especially April helping you with that. Clearing out all the fungus, all the bacteria, all the shadiness. There's also, for the people that are affected by the mold, there's a lot of shadiness in your field, so clearing that out and bringing in more light. Asking God's shaft of light to clear out your fields. And let's do a little shamanic procedure for everyone to clear out all funky energies. So I'm going to run Marilyn's sickle through all of your energy fields to clear out all spells, curses, wonky energies, black magic, oath, dark energies, everything that is clouded together, sticky, messy, not having oxygen. And this relates to the topic again, to the respiratory system. So opening that up, opening up all the air vessels, bringing in more air, and clearing it out from all levels, past, parallel, present, future, against all reality, time, dimension, space. And then April, tell me how you feel.
I feel a lot lighter, thank you. I had a lot of tears coming up, and I felt just a huge release, and like the bracing around the heart. I just felt that really fall away. And when you did the last process with the previous caller, my soul, there was a part of my soul that had to come back to integrate too. And what it told me was that I need to love myself as much as I love everybody else around me. So
Yes.
I really felt that. And
Yeah.
I give so much to, I don't have much to give physically or emotionally right now, but every little bit that I have, I give to everything. Every little being in this universe, including the darn entities that are always coming into my space that I'm always having to get rid of. But yeah, so thank you.
Yeah,
I
you're
was
welcome.
huge.
You're so welcome, April, and it's so great that you have this awareness now. So keep bringing in self-love and
Thank
send
you.
it to all the spaces and places, especially in your physical body where it feels tight or stressed or painful, and just
Okay,
bring self-love in.
thank you. Yeah, that was very beautiful. Thank you so much for picking me. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And if you ever need any help with the dark energies and the entities, just look me up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you,
Much love.
April. Thank you. And Jill, hopefully you're doing good too.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so grateful that you felt the energy that I needed something. I'm just super low energy, so I've just been laying here, taking it all in and falling asleep. And I did feel though when you were saying something about like I think you were blowing and removing the energy. I felt energy leave. I felt my heart like 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 little butterflies pulling it away. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so
Wonderful.
appreciative.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And you know, the butterflies are amazing because the butterfly stands for transformation.
Yeah.
So keep connecting with the butterflies and just, you know, if you are low in energy yourself and you can work with your spirit animals or your guides, just ask the butterflies to help you and to literally fly away what you can let go of and to bring new energy in for you and just use their wings.
Beautiful. That's really wonderful. And I want to tell you, I've listened to you before and I'm always amazed. You're so like profound and just that you can do so many different processes and you can see things so deeply. I definitely would like to do a session with you sometime soon. So thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. You're so welcome.
I
And
really needed it.
I hope you will get
Yeah.
well
Thank you,
soon.
Jill. Feel
Thank,
better.
thanks.
And if you didn't see or didn't get a chance to listen to a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, I did a heart healing process with the butterflies, I think it was called. So that's on the YouTube channel. So please go check that out too. That will help. Okay.
Amazing. What a no, well, it's not a coincidence, but what a great connection. Yeah.
I would do a plug since we're talking about butterflies, but yeah, it was really good. So please do check that out, okay, and use it for yourself. Yeah, that was amazing, of course, like always, and just like what Jill said, the amount of different things that you can do in a short period of time is so profound, so amazing. So that was awesome. Thank you. All right, where are we? Um, yeah, and April says thank you. I feel like we can do one more, and
Yeah, let's
then
do the last one. That's okay because I feel it's kind of late for me and I feel I'm getting a little bit tired. So let's do the
yeah,
last one. That's a good idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So who's calling out to you?
Um, let's go to Tina.
Okay, Tina, you want to unmute?
Yep. Sorry about that. Yeah. Just had to lay down after that one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
of
totally
course.
fine, you know. It's totally fine. So
Um,
tell me, what's going on with you?
what isn't going on with me at the moment? Um, I think I'm getting pretty good with taking care of the mold. I have a lot of it, but I know I have parasites. I just have so much going on in this poor little body of mine at the moment, but I know we can get through it. Just maybe if you can look a little bit, because I don't know if maybe I'm overloading myself, trying to detox and trying to get the mold out in 2 days, which took, years to get in. Um, just if maybe you could just take some look, maybe it's even holding on for ancestor. My poor kitty cat, I worry about her with the mold, seeing her thing. So anything I'd be grateful for.
Yeah, yeah. So what comes up for you, Tina, is when I tune into your system, and this is very basic but very important for you, is the meridians. And especially with the mold and all the work that you're doing, it takes a toll on the meridian system because those are like the energy highways we have in our bodies. So, and it's always lovely to see how it works when we decide that you are the last one. So this one can work for everyone as well. So Tina, just lay down, make yourself
Okay,
comfortable.
there now. Okay.
If you want to switch off your camera, it's totally
Yeah, I'm
fine.
going to.
Just lay down.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as you can hear me, it's totally fine. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going into the conception vessel, and that's the meridian that runs across the front side of our body, like from kind of the chin to the pelvis. And I'm going to clear that out. And while working on the conception vessel, I'm including all the yin meridians as well. So we're working on 6 meridians at the same time. I'm going to connect to the plasma sphere, sending the energy in, and everyone else can just enjoy this. Just tune in. Clearing everything out that is of a lower frequency than your own frequency. Clearing out all clouds, mucus, miasma. Especially with all the mold issues going on, clearing out everything that is like hidden, dense, dark, covered. Letting it go from your field, releasing it. Also clearing all cords, bonds. Just allow yourself to let go of everything that you're holding on to, but it's not serving you anymore. Just release, it's just energy. Let go of it all. And then I'm going to bring in the rose golden healing frequencies to fill up the whole conception vessel, all of the other yin meridians, other 5. And bringing in the exact healing frequency that you all need to support you, to help you to move forward on your soul path, to increase your health and well-being. Let's also ask to increase our finances, because people always love that, and everyone usually, well, no one ever says no to that, so let's bring that in as well. To remove all blockages, interference, congestion, everything that holds you back from being the highest version of you. Just letting the energy settle in. And then sealing it off with pure gold for safety, reflection. Laying a beautiful golden layer around the meridians. And then I'm going to the governing meridian, and it runs from like the forehead all over the head, along the spine. And I'm going to do the same thing, but a little bit faster, because you already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to send in the plasma light to clear it all out. Also clearing out all the 5 yang meridians as well. So bringing in the platinum light, even more clearing and cleansing. And then bringing in the rose golden healing frequencies to fill everything up. The governing meridian and the 5 yang meridians. And then also sealing these ones off with pure gold for safety, security, reflection and protection. And so it is. Namaste. So this was a nice meridian flush out and healing. I hope you feel better after this, Tina.
I felt as soon as it started in my gut, my whole stomach's rumbling and everything now. Making all kinds of. I needed some relief down there so bad.
Good.
But I think I've also realized that when this mold came up, I was so overloaded the last few days. Now it's been happening. I lived in it before. I don't have the money to get the products and the things I needed now, so I was an overload with that. Like, you know how to take care of yourself. But then I also realized maybe I didn't really want to take care of myself because I lost my partner 3 years ago on Monday, and I maybe just didn't really care. but I do want to care, and I do love myself, and I do want to live. But I'm
Yes.
like, you know how to do it, but you don't have, I do have the tools, and I do believe myself. And thank you for giving me some release today, because
Yeah.
my stomach was just hurting so bad, and my side. I'm like, if I could just get some relief, we can keep moving. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're amazing.
Well, thank you. And I'm so sorry to hear about your partner. So let's all send some love to Tina and just compassion and love to help her heal and to help her
Absolutely.
progress.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm healed. I know he's with me, but it's just the whole realizing and going through the fact that you didn't really care about yourself, Tina. You really didn't. I mean, as much as I did, I really had that side inside of me like, it's okay, because then I would be with him, you know? So it wasn't that I wanted to die. It's not that I wanted to give up. I just didn't take care of me the way I needed to. That's all. So
So
thank
we're
you,
holding
guys.
you in this healing space, Tina. So
Thank
just
you.
continue to love it yourself. It's
Yes,
okay.
thank
It's
you.
all good.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a
Thank
journey.
you.
Thank you.
And I have to say, Tina, like during this call and during this process and the process before, my stomach has been like killing me. It's like I felt like I'm gonna vomit. So, like I almost typed in the chat at one point to Micah. It's like I think I'm gonna vomit, but then I just allow it. I'm allowing it to just pass through and receive the healing. So just continue to receive the healing, okay? Maybe I was picking up on you because I didn't feel like this before. So just allow yourself to receive and be gentle. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. We're all working together. We're all a team. We're all in this together for sure. Oh my goodness, how powerful. And please drink some water, everyone, as well, right? Again. Oh, Micah, any last words of wisdom for us? Oh my goodness. That was amazing.
Yeah, I really love being here, and I also love the comments in the chat for everyone that is like, sending love and good wishes to all the people that we worked on and others that shared their thoughts and their issues. So I just wish everyone a lot of love, and if you feel guided to work with me, then check out the package. And I think we have a payment plan as well, don't
Yep,
we? Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, there's a 2-part payment plan as well. So take advantage of that if you need it, for sure. Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then we're always working with the field, and everyone contributes to the field. So thank you all and love you all.
Thank you, Micah. And thank you, everybody, for all your comments, questions. Thank you for being here with us, co-creating this healing space, because there's, again, so much happening, and be willing to receive, right? So definitely, if you'd like to take advantage of the offer with Micah, please do work with her, because you just saw how amazing she is, right? So I did put the link in the chat, but of course, it's in all the emails as well that you'll get later on with the replay. I will put the recording out in just a little bit. So again, please go back and watch and or listen to this wonderful call with so much wisdom, so much healing. So thank you, Micah. Today is Thursday. So, oh my goodness. And for all the people who were and are still being affected by the hurricanes, we're sending you so much blessing, so much ease, so much comfort. I'm so glad that Milton was downgraded and all that stuff. So thank goodness our prayers were working. So
Yeah.
really happy about that. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Micah. Go to sleep. I know it's late there for you as well. Right now it's almost like 10:30, 11 o'clock almost.
Yes, it is.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And then everyone else, be gentle with yourself. Go outside, get a little bit of sun, get some fresh air, because the energies are shifting and moving, right? With the clearings that we just did. So please be gentle with yourself. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. And until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, thank you, Linda. Yes,
Bye,
we all work.
sweetheart. I love you.
Bye,
Bye.
Linda. Thank you. Love you.
Both of you.
Love you, everyone. Bye. Bye, Mijke.
Bye.